Ninja Warrior is a huge franchise of reality TV. Well, where do I start? Now, I put lots and lots of research into this video. It's about the history of Ninja Warrior. All countries of all types. So if you're stuck to one show and want to know more about the other things, and even a bonus question at the end, where can I find all these tournaments? This is the history of Ninja Warrior of all kinds. Well, it all started off a Japanese game show called Kinaku Banzuke, which was all these muscle challenges and stuff. It was also famous for having yearly specials. And they decided to have one inside the Tokyo NK Bay Hall and call it Ninja Warrior. And that was the first Ninja Warrior tournament. It was held in Tokyo NK Bay Hall and was mainly about 100 contestants trying to do superhuman things. Then, a second, third, and fourth tournament at Mount Midoriyama was held, up until the first total victory by Kazuhiko Akiyama in SASUKE 4. Contestants of this era include Katsumi Yamada, Shingo Yamamoto, Akira Omori, Ichi Miura, Ken Hosogawa, and of course, Kazuhiko Akiyama himself. Obstacles that were introduced were also the rolling log, the spider walk, the pipe slider, and the original final stage rope climb. Next, we are talking about SASUKE 5 to 17. Well, where do I start for this era? The events of SASUKE 8, of course. Out of anything, the events of SASUKE 8 were one of the most important things in Ninja Warrior history. 1. Kane Kasugi, who made SASUKE or Ninja Warrior popular, who was a famous actor in Japan, retired. And after SASUKE 8, Monster 9 also announced that it would let it be a free show. After Kinaku Banzuke had an accident with some of its obstacles, as 2 people got injured on the Ultimate Banzuke course. From SASUKE 11 to SASUKE 13, a young guy called Makoto Nagano made it to the final stage 3 times in a row, but never was able to make it up. So that all changed in SASUKE 17 when Makoto Nagano got his Kanzen Seitha, or total victory. It was the second Kanzen Seitha in SASUKE history. This is also the longest era by far. It was 7 years long and 13 tournaments. Good competitors are the All-Stars from this era: Makoto Nagano, Kazuhiko Akiyama, Katsumi Yamada, Shingo Yamamoto, Bunpei Shiratori, and Toshihiro Takeda. Obstacles included the warped wall, the jump hang, balance tag, metal spin, upgraded pipe slider that we all know and love, and spider climb on the final stage tower. However, you aren't just here to talk about SASUKE. We're meant to talk about all of the Ninja Warrior shows around the world. Why don't we talk them after the 1 to 4 era? Well, SASUKE 1 to 4. After that era, they didn't have any other shows apart from SASUKE. But after this era, they did. One of the SASUKE 8 events, in fact, was there being a new show called Women of Ninja Warrior. This season, Women of Ninja Warrior lasted from seasons 1 to 6, just during this era, and continued after. And also, on Makoto Nagano's Total Victory year, there was this other weird show called Sasuke Maniac, held in some place in Tokyo, which is a weird Sasuke show. Anyway, back to Sasuke. The next era lasted Sasuke 28 to Sasuke 24. Also known as 2006 to 2010. And it was known as the Shin Sasuke era. There's not much to talk about in this era, apart from Nagano's great performance in Sasuke 18, making it all the way to stage 3, and then he basically at a Total Victory ripped off him. He got disqualified on the grim cliffhanger for touching not the cliffhanger ledge, the ledge above the cliffhanger ledge that you weren't meant to use. But apart from that, it wasn't the most jam-packed era. Oh, apart from Sasuke 19. Don't make me mention that tournament. No one made it to stage 3. Anyways, we still had Nagano. A new guy called Yuji came in and got his first Total Victory in 2010, Sasuke 24. That's about it for this era. But something did happen outside of Japan during the Shin Sasuke era. Well, it went there in 2006, and they had 3 seasons of a show called American Ninja Warrior Challenge, where the top 2 players got to compete on Sasuke. Then they had the first A&W proper tournament, American Ninja Warrior, where the top 10 in this series of courses got to go to Japan and then compete on their course. A couple more seasons of Sasuke Maniac happened. Kunoichi, Tournament 7, and a horrible 8th tournament. And that's what happened internationally during the Shin Sasuke era. The next era of Sasuke was the shortest by far. And, well, what can I say about this era? It's very overlooked, I can say that. Sasuke 25 made a comeback of many old obstacles. Sasuke 26 had way too many international competitors clearing. And I hate international competitors being on Sasuke. I really think A&W wasn't a very good show back in the first 3 tournaments. But you can think differently. Sasuke 27 was much easier than the first 2 tournaments. And then Yuji got a Total Victory again. Double Salmon Ladder was a good obstacle. Ultimate Cliffhanger was another good obstacle from this era. And it went back to the original only rope climb final stage. There was also a decline of spin-off shows during the 25 to 27 era. So, but it was only 1 year, as you can see, so 10 to 11. All that happened was A&W 2 and 3 continuing its original format of A&W 1, but 2 much better tournaments in A&W 1. Wait, you didn't think I actually forgot about the awful events that happened after Sasuke 27? If you know about Sasuke? No. Monster 9 got bankrupt after Yuji got his Total Victory. So, they had to have a new beginning. And TBS took the show, and it continued in a horrible Sasuke Rising era. yeah, it was kind of horrible. It had bad obstacles like the backstream and the long jump wasn't too bad. The jump hang kai wasn't too bad. The double warped wall was a good obstacle, but I think the tackle and the warped wall was better. Stage 3 was way too hard. The final stage was not an original idea. So overall, it's not a very good era, I think. But the person who achieved total victory was Yusuke Morimoto, who is probably the second best Sasuke competitor of all time. In Sasuke 29, which is still part of this era, Yusuke Morimoto was the first person to beat the crazy cliffhanger as a kid. And his first appearance was actually back in the horror tournament, Sasuke 19. So that's a bit about the second best Sasuke competitor of all time. And then the top would be Nagano, third would be Yuji. Watch my top Sasuke competitors list. But yeah, it was a horrible era. And with a horrible era came some horrible spin-off shows. A couple of them were, you could say, okay. Like, first came Sasuke Malaysia, one tournament of it. Sasuke Singapore, which lasted for one tournament. Sasuke Sweden, Ninja Warrior Sweden, which lasted for one tournament. And Ninja Warrior Turkey, which lasted for one tournament. Wow. 4 shows that were so bad that they lasted one tournament. But that's not it. The first tournament of Ninja Warrior UK, which was a pretty good show that's still going on now, was aired. And the 4th tournament of American Ninja Warrior was made. And the first tournament of the very good Sasuke Vietnam. Well, the next era started with the worst tournament of all time. Nagano's retirement. They didn't show much of him. Skipped Takeda and Shingo. And made celebrities a huge deal. And after that, everyone thought Sasuke was going to end. Well, that was going to be it. But wait, Sasuke 33 and 34 are okay. But at the end of stage 3, they had you to the ultra crazy cliffhanger, vertical limit kai, and the pipe slider with no bars. That was in Sasuke 33. 34, that changed to just the ultra crazy and vertical limit. And then in Sasuke 35 and 36, they put a bar there. And in 35 and 36, Yusuke made the final stage, which was good. And in Sasuke 37 was the breakout of Tatsuya Tada, who made it to the final stage, and Rain Kasuri, who was an international competitor who made it to the final stage. And that's the history of Sasuke. But one more thing about spin-offs. This modern era had so many spin-off shows that you're going to watch after this. A couple of tournaments in Ninja Warrior Arab World. 3 tournaments of Australian Ninja Warrior. A couple of tournaments of Ninja Warrior Austria. 1 tournament of Ninja Warrior Bahrain. 1 tournament of Extreme Warrior China. 1 tournament of Ninja Warrior in Denmark. 4 to 5 tournaments in France. Quite a couple of tournaments in Germany. A couple of tournaments in Hungary. A couple of tournaments in Indonesia. They're filming some in Israel. A couple of them. There was Ninja Warrior in Italy. They're filming one on Mongolia. There was Ninja Warrior in the Netherlands. There was Ninja Warrior in Poland. A couple in Romania. 1 or 2 in Russia. 1 or 2 in Spain. A couple in Switzerland. There's one in Thailand that's going to be filmed, I believe. Ninja Warrior UK went from season 2 to season 5. A and W from season 5 to season 7. Warrior Vietnam for season 2 to season 5. And, believe it or not, Kunoichi season 9 to season 11. It came back after the terrible tournament 8.